All right, all right. What's up, guys, man? Welcome to the latest episode of the Sim Standard Podcast with your hosts, myself, SimFBallCritic, along with Smitty. I'm ready to bring another show to you guys, man, and always with us in spirit is AzureEffect. You know, too bad he's unable to make it here tonight. But yeah, guys, we are back, and we are live, ready to kick it off as I'm sitting here trying to play this league game. I just scored a touchdown here, a long touchdown, with Le'Veon Bell. How fitting, and we're definitely going to get into that early on here in the show. But you guys know the routine, man. You know, we're sorry for the lateness, guys. You know, life happens. You know, we are family men. We are, you know, just men in general, meaning that, you know, real life kicks in sometimes, you know, and we were unable to start at 8 o'clock, but it is what it is, man, you know. Apologize to you guys who were expecting us at 8, but we're here now, so hopefully you guys will cut us a little slack on that. But you guys know what it is, man. This time of year is not a whole ton to talk about, but we got a few things to talk about here tonight. Let me pull them up for you guys. Y'all know what we normally do, man, is we get started talking about our football teams and such. You know, we'll do that first, give our quick introductions on the week, etc., etc. And then after that, we'll dive into a few of the topics. Mainly, we want to talk about Madden 19, man, you know, not being a nominee of the best sports game of the year this year, which is, you know, they've held a position in that for the most part every year. Not happening this year. So we're going to talk a little bit about, you know, why that's not happening and how we feel about that. But then also, I want to talk a little bit about IMV Gaming, guys. We want to dive into a little bit of their, you know, their fundraising tactics, if you will. We're not trying to pick on them, but we gotta, you know, we gotta call it what it is. So we'll dive into that. And then the next thing I want to talk about, man, and I know Smitty probably knows where I'm going with this one, but the question is, are we playing the wrong football game? You know, should we be playing football instead of football in terms of these video games? So that's pretty much what we're going to talk about tonight, man. If it goes till 10 o'clock, great. If it doesn't, whatever. As long as we get a show in, man, the time is really not, you know, what really matters in this regard. But all right, man, we're going to throw it to Smitty first and foremost. How was your week, Smitty? And what are your current thoughts on your Detroit Lions?
Well, my thoughts on the Lions are, I mean, they're performing as expected. You know what I'm saying? This is what happens when you rebuild, and I've said this a long time ago. When you go into rebuild mode, you know, the streets aren't necessarily going to be sweet. You can sit up here and expect to win all you want. That doesn't mean anything. People want to blame Matt Stafford and all that. Listen, stop, okay? If Stafford had an adequate line with legit protection, and I know somebody gonna try and say, "Oh, but their line's good the way it is." No. If they had a better line, you know what I'm saying, than what they got right now, if he had a line that matches what the best QBs got in the league, yeah, they would be good to go. Okay, they would be good to go. They would be on point with receivers that are more sure-handed. They would be good to go. Okay, they would be rolling right now, but that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? And it won't be the case for a minute. Now dudes want to go ahead and talk about dealing him away and all that stuff or whatever. Listen, whatever it is they try to do to salvage or try and do a rebuild or act like, you know, well, do not pay him and all that stuff, that's perfectly fine, okay? That's how y'all want to roll. Go ahead and do that. But just understand that the team is going to be going backwards for a minute before they move forward. Just because you got, like I said, Matt Patricia, we didn't see Matt Patricia rebuild a franchise from top to bottom. We only saw him play a role on a team that was already winning. So this is going to be this is completely foreign territory for him. Okay? And I respect what the team is doing. I respect it, but see, there you go, Ironious. He's saying they're not that bad. Are they elite? And that's my point. every time the Lions are brought up, you bring up the Tom Brady's and the Aaron Rodgers and like the top tier quarterbacks. We don't have that. We don't have that kind of line. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. So it's not just a line play, it's the play calling. So even Cooter ain't cutting it.
Cooter.
You know what I mean? They got
I love that name, man.
like, he ain't cutting it. So they gotta let him go. And I mean, they kept him there from what supposedly. They kept him there off the strength that Stafford really has a good relationship with him. Like, he really likes the guy. But they gotta cut him. They gotta let that man go, for real. Like, that team needs some pizzazz and some spice to them. There's none there. It's like we made a slight improvement going from Lombardi to him, but now it's like he's tapped out. We need more. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's good as part of a coaching staff, but not as a head guy. But somewhere on the staff he can help out. You know what I mean? Like, he's not, there's nothing real unique happening at this point. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that, I know a few years ago I said he was doing his thing, but he was. But now I feel like he's maxed out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I mean, at least that's how it appears to be. Like, the chemistry is not really clicking right now with the team.
Mm-hmm.
So, but what I gotta say, this is a much bigger travesty. Bypassing football on the basketball side. What the heck is going on with how Houston straight did Carmelo Anthony? They straight dropped him off. I don't know if you heard it.
Yeah.
Or not, but yeah, they're done. 10 games in, and he's done.
And then they say something about he wasn't going to clear waivers. He's going to stay on the roster. So I was confused by that part.
Yeah, so it's like he on the team, but he ain't showing up to nothing. So nobody can get him on. Nobody can claim him. Nobody can get him on the team right now. He just there, taking roster space.
So basically, in theory, he's released, but they haven't released him.
Exactly.
Wow.
Pretty much. So, anyway, you see, he said, "Oh, okay, while Riley Reef and Warfare have nice seasons, they should be here. We drafted them." Well, Warford, you got to understand, Riley Reef wasn't cutting it on that tackle. Okay, he wasn't cutting it at that tackle spot when we brought him in. So he wasn't cutting it at that spot. And then also Warford, while he did do good for us, he was too injury prone.
Wait a minute. Oh,
what?
My bad, Smitty.
Oh.
You know how I be on Thursday Night Football. The Packers scored already?
Oh.
What in the world? I missed it.
So
wow.
So Warford, he was a bit injury prone after he had his like Pro Bowl season and everything like that. It's like he had like 1 or 2 Pro Bowl seasons, and then after that he just became injury prone. So it was like we already did that experiment with Nick Fairley and it didn't work. So
I remember Fairley.
Yeah. So it's like we tried it with him and it didn't work. So it's like, do we want to try the same exact thing with Warford as well? So they got rid of him. You know, they went ahead and let him go. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I wanted Reef, they could have let go, but I wanted Warford here. I definitely did. And I'm like, maybe he can get better after the injuries and everything. Maybe he could be good, but it wasn't panning out. So they let him go. But yeah, the Carmelo Anthony thing, that was crazy. I mean, you're going to let him go, basically sitting there, doing nothing, can't go nowhere, can't go to anybody else, and he just chilling. I mean, and I will say this, and I'll throw it to you, Sim. It's not 100%. It's Carmelo's fault, and that's it. Or he keeps thinking he's this guy that he's not. I think that he's being blackballed, basically. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel that to a degree, he's not falling in line. I mean, I'll put it like it's 50-50. Yeah, part of it falls on the Rockets, no doubt. But at the same time, part of it falls on him too. Because he still thinks he's a superstar. And I mean, he is a good player. He's better than a good number of players in this league right now. But he also has to understand that he's not the same Melo that he used to be. Like, he relied on that jump shot and dribble drive. Like, unlike Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose is not an aged player where it's like his prime is done. It's like, no, he had to overcome mental and physical setbacks. And clearly he has. I mean, look how he's playing as of late. And he's given a green light by the Timberwolves. There's no Jimmy Butler there. Cat and Wiggins aren't truly stepping up the way they should. So,
I know where Butler is at.
Oh, yeah, I know, right?
I hope that's going to pan out. I don't know if it will, but we'll see.
I mean, I don't know. Because, I mean, well, the key thing will be is not only will he work out there, but will he resign? Will he re-up in the offseason?
Facts.
So that'll be the other part about it. So hopefully it does work out. But then, yeah, like Melo, though, Melo has to understand that he needs to be like D-Wade. Come to the realization of who you really are and what you really are. And it's like, oh, come off the bench. I don't come off the bench. I don't do anything. Like, when you talk like that and everybody under the sun, like, bruh, you're not the same guy that you think you are. You can still score and get down, but you're not an all-star no more. You know what I'm saying? You're somebody, you can be a good piece on a team. Like, if he knew what time it was, he could be a legit component on somebody's team to either go for a championship run or at least be a good piece to possibly make a playoff run. But if he's going to go to a team thinking that, oh, I'm still this guy, he's not. He's not that guy no more. And we saw it on the court, and like what you guys are saying in the chat even, he's not, there is no real identity for Carmelo. Like, we don't really know who or what he is. We knew what Wade was. You know what I'm saying? When it came down to over these past few years, we knew what Wade was. Even when he was in Chicago, it wasn't like he was about to bring him a chip or anything like that. We knew what kind of Wade he was. We were like, this is it. He's not like this. These are going to be the last few years he has, and he's not going to be great, but he's going to be serviceable. He's going to be good, but after that, it's a wrap, and that's it. So yeah, I feel bad for Melo because he shouldn't be going out like this. I mean, this is foul. Like, when we all saw that reporting about these are his final days and all that stuff, I thought that was just somebody being funny. I never thought that it would be a real cut. But yeah, it's crazy to say that it's officially a wrap on Melo like that, though.
Yeah, it sucks.
But yeah, go ahead, Sam, man. You got it, bro.
Man, I hope you guys are watching this Thursday night football. Did you see that double move Devontae Adams just put on your boy? The little stop and go. See, we're going to get into it. I'm going to save that for the Madden segment. But real quick, man, Pittsburgh Steelers, guys, y'all know I'm a realist when it comes to my Steelers. I did not, no way, shape, or form, call that game that we had against the Panthers. I mean, bruh, I don't know how that happened. 52-14. And I like what Coach Tomlin said. Tomlin said, listen, don't go believing that you're that good. That was just one of those games. And I'm fully in agreement with him. We ain't no team that's stomping mud holes and people like that. Offensively, yeah, we can battle and swing with the best of them. But defensively, I'm not going to go out there and act like we about to see. Because I keep saying it. And what we about to be in, week 11? Or what week we in? 11, right? Something like that. We about to see. You
I think
know,
so.
we got the Chargers coming in the house. They done flexed that game, I see. You know, we still got Breeze and Brady. We gonna see. But the only other thing I wanted to say, man, again, I'm proud of what they've done. They are a much better team than I thought we were. So they are, you know, beating my expectations. I must just be a hard critic of my team. So I'm going to leave it there on that. In the Le'Veon Bell situation, man, let me say it like this. I don't understand all of the beat up that he's getting in the media. And what I mean by that is, in reality, if Bell is able to pull off what he's trying to pull off, you got to give him a round of applause. Setting a precedence, something that's never really been done before. We'll see if it pays off. The only criticism I have of him is I wish he would have handled things a little bit better. You know, in terms of, you know, talking to his teammates. You know, it's reported that he never talked to Tomlin. You know, little stuff like that. I don't like that side of it. I don't like him, you know, seemingly making gestures after the game, you know, on Twitter. You know, whether he was riding jet skis or, you know, the little moniker over the eye. Y'all remember all of that? Us Steelers fans remember that until we start winning. When we start winning, then all of a sudden he giving shout-outs and love to everybody having good games. And again, I don't know this guy personally. I don't know him. So I'm not going to, you know, try to judge his character or anything like that. I'm just not that type of individual. But that's it, man. I'm not mad at what he's trying to do. If it works, hats off. You know, you're making it a better day and a better place for football players. You know what I mean? Like as far as guarantees and things like that. No love lost. Do your thing. I hope he gets paid. And I just hope he didn't hurt his chances. Because I really think he may have, you know, like my dad used to say back in the day, I feel like he may have screwed the pooch a little bit. We'll see. We'll see. So there you have it. Outside of that, man, you know, I'm not going to bore you guys to death with Steeler talk. Y'all hear that quite enough from me. So anyway, let's jump into, you got something else, Smitty?
No.
Oh, okay. It sounded like you was about to say something.
That was my phone.
No. Got you. So anyway, man, let's jump into this. What we want to begin, Smitty? I mean, do we want to attack IMV really quick, or we want to go to Madden first? Cause
no, we can do the IMV real quick because that's pretty much what it is. You know what I'm saying? Real quick. I mean,
and for the good people that don't know, Smitty, enlighten them as to what we're talking about here.
All right. I mean, we're talking about IMV Gaming, you know, that was supposedly, I don't know what's going to happen with this. I'm not even, you know, not surprised or anything like that. The thing is, okay. Okay. What? Oh my goodness. All right. So, I'm sorry. I just saw some news on Twitter bother me. But when, you know, we want a college football game and we want other games to be made, and this company, IMV, is supposed to be originally these two brothers from college, no game development experience at all whatsoever, no none of that. And they just like, yeah, we just want to have a football game. We want to make a collegiate football game with all the depth, the modes, the features, everything y'all want. And some of you guys may have seen these guys have been doing crowdsourcing and everything else, looking for people to fund their game. They got NBA players, some NFL players, some former collegiate stars and stuff like that. Even some YouTube names, guys like QJB, for example, they have financially, you know, donated money.
You see Kia's comment.
To this game, and yeah, I know, right? Exactly. And the thing is, they were supposed to have a studio that was like a developer that was supposed to be making this game. And the thing about that is, okay, you know, you're an indie company and all that stuff. I understand you want to deliver this robust game. You want to do this, give this robust experience, all that good stuff. Now, my thing about it is, why is it that you have games like the Canuck football and you got Axis football? I mean, look where Axis football, look what they're about to do. Yeah. Is their game top ranked? No. But we said a long time ago, it's going to take them time, but as long as they stay with it, you never know. You never know where that game can possibly go. And look, those guys are staying straight with it. And now they're on Xbox certification and all that, and they about to drop their game at the end of the month. That's huge for them. And that's huge in general, because these cats started real small, one developer, one guy, one or two people, I think, making this game pop. And now you got IMV, who has done all this crowdsourcing, getting money from people and everything else. Oh, man. See, the thing is, man, we're not able to make the game yet because we got to meet this financial goal. Oh, man, we got to find a studio. And we don't have a studio that's going to make the game yet. Oh, well, see, we got a studio, but now we got to get this funding again. And now that we got this funding, we got this studio, Big Ant Studio. They're going to make the game. but well, now we're in a whole nother phase. Okay, so this is a brand new phase. We're in phase 1 of funding. We're trying to get over $20 million. Okay, so we could get this game out by 2020. Man, these guys keep on dropping. These guys keep on, dropping this information with another pushback, and another pushback, and another pushback. And there's these vast reasons as to why there's a pushback or a delay. And they keep, and it's sad to see how people keep, it's like some people, they keep making excuses. Like, you're making excuses for something you haven't seen.
Oh, man. Speak on it.
I don't understand that. You never seen, and see, this is how, listen, I want competition. I want other games to be made, all that good stuff. But you got to show me what the heck you doing. This sounds a lot like Damon Grow all day.
Yeah.
All day. Because you'll have people really thinking that they're going to come with something hot. They didn't donate all this money. And I don't know if you're like, just because you get this big money, that don't mean y'all about to get this big game that's going to be great. I hope y'all understand that.
Yeah.
And I already know people, and I mean, let this game come out. Let this game come out. And this actually does hit the shelves. Literally. Like, this literally is a production that finishes and it comes out. Is it going to even hit that hard? Is it really going to be an NCAA predecessor like that? Or even a game that would be a legit alternative to Madden year 1?
Right.
Like, nobody gets it like that year 1. Nobody. And you're telling me these guys are gonna, this indie game, these indie guys, regardless of what studio they hire, they're just gonna get it all done. All of it is gonna be done. Yeah, all right. That's what you really think. And I feel bad for people that are going for this and just saying, you know what, guys, that just gets me more excited. Because how does that get you more excited?
I saw that.
Yeah, so saying, like,
I saw that.
How in the world, man? How do you get more excited for something you have no idea about? I mean, you have no concept. You have no concept, no visual concept, no nothing. No trailer, no teaser, no nothing, no gameplay resemblance. Nothing you can really sink your teeth into and say, yo, this is valid. All I'm saying is that this looks like an extremely big smoke and mirrors act. And this is something, I got to shout Key out on this, because this is a very valid point that he did make. Isn't it funny that every time, and I mean, it's coincidental. It's not a it seems like it's a striking coincidence that every time there's any kind of uproar from the Madden community, they come out with some news.
Yeah, gotta capitalize on it.
Yeah, every time there's some kind of upset, hey guys, we got this funding. Hey guys, we got a press release coming. Hey guys, we got this. Hey guys, we got that. And then now all of a sudden, look at what is going on with this announcement. There's frustration, people upset about something with Madden. Bam, here's an update from IMV Gaming, y'all. Look, we funding, man. We doing our thing. Okay. This sounds like one gigantic ruse right now. And I'm just saying, all y'all cats that donated money, I hope there's some kind of contingency for you to get your money back, push come to shove. Because if this cat is blowing smoke, I'm telling you, these guys are looking like two twin smokestack chimneys right now. There is nothing clean coming out of this that I look at with confidence, and I can say, yo, I back this. So that's what I'm just saying, man. Y'all be careful with all that. Temper your expectations. Please temper it, because honestly, these cats should be scared if this game doesn't come out right, because you got these guys that independently straight say, give us money and we gonna give y'all the game with all these features and facets that you want, and with no proof of anything, no proof of life of anything. All these people willingly gave their money up because they that desperate. That's what salesmen and that's what salesmen do all the time. They play on your desperation. Oh yeah, man, I'll get you the deal of the century. You ain't never gonna get a better deal than what I'm gonna give you. You don't need to go nowhere. No, come on, man, we gonna give you everything. They will play right on you, and that's exactly. And I see the desperation looking at all these comments. All these people coming. Oh man, I can't wait. Bring back greatness. That's what I'm talking about, baby. I'm looking forward to bring back greatness. What are you? How are you bringing? What are you going to bring? We don't even know what the game has. Oh, what is this game, dude? So that's why I'm just saying, like, man, I feel so bad if this game don't hit. I swear to goodness, what are people gonna do? Y'all gonna cape for it and say, well, it's okay. I mean, this is the first game. Oh, but how many chances we give EA and all that? Like, stop.
Forget all that, man.
Stop, man.
I just want a good game. I don't care how many chances we give to whatever game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It ain't about that.
Yeah, it ain't about all that. But we gave them all that. Nope, I ain't hearing any of that garbage, dude. If these dudes are saying y'all gonna get everything and all that in a bag of chips, they gonna give you the hopes and dreams in one fell swoop. That better happen. I mean, I swear to God, and I ain't give these dudes a red cent. That better happen. I'm saying that from outside looking in. That better freaking happen. If it doesn't, okay, all right. I'm like, I don't even want to. I can only imagine what kind of S storm they'll catch for that if it doesn't. Or, well, even be more shocking is because so many people that got in bed with these cats, they gonna go ahead and be like, oh well, I don't like what they did, but at the same time, hey man, look what they gave us though. Like, you're gonna give a reason to cape it, and and that's what I'm saying. Don't cape it. Hey, me and Sim, we don't cape games that we enjoy. We say what we say because they should be better than what they are.
I only cape for Battlefield.
Exactly.
I got my cape on heavy for Battlefield. I admit it. I just love me some Battlefield.
But see, the difference about that, Sim, though, is that you got proof of life. Number one, you got proof of life. Number two, they shown you the stuff. And you got a bunch of people that literally had hands-on time, me being one of them, that can vouch for it and be like, hey, this Battlefield, though. You know what I'm saying? like this game is going to be legit. You're going to enjoy this. It's not like this game where there's nothing to grab onto, just like what Dominic is saying. Same thing we say about EA. Yeah, but the difference, Dominic, is that you can actually grab the product and play it. You can actually play Madden. And the thing is, that sentiment is given after you actually played the game. Can you say that about IMV? Can you say when did you play it? How was the gameplay? And where did you play it? When did you play it? Where did you play it? Where can we see some raw gameplay footage at? And the answer to all that is no, and nowhere to be found. See what I'm saying? It's nowhere. It doesn't exist until we actually see something proven. You know, until we see some legitimate proof of life, man. It's got to be proven, and that's just it. So I don't know if Sim want to say anything, but that's all I got on it, bro.
Yeah, man, and the question I have for Dominic and others, you know, again, this is not slated at anybody. It's just a real question. Why do we always end up doing this in this community? Why is it that we always got to say, yeah, but we've given EA? Who cares? It's not about giving nobody's giving nobody a pass. The only reason why we say the same thing about Madden every year was that's the only game we've gotten. Think about that. If it was another company, we'd be saying that about another company. But right now, Madden is it. So, of course, we got to, quote unquote, give EA chances every year because that's the only product we have. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, it's not like we have a choice. What we're merely saying about your IMVs and any other game, just show it. Because I'm not even going to say us. I'm going to say y'all. Because some of y'all did this. Smitty and I didn't. But some of y'all fell for this with Damon Grow. We were the ones that were consistently saying, man, we got to wait and see. We were hopeful. We were really wanting a game like a Joe Montana football to be something. Competition. We were hoping for it. Strung us along, and look what happened. That's all we're saying. If we haven't learned anything, can we at least learn from that, our own experience with that? That's all we're saying. We're not trashing IMV, but I will say what I said from the beginning. Stop overselling and underachieving. Why do they keep, all of that stuff they was coming out saying, we're doing this, and I said from the beginning, nah, I don't like the way y'all marketing that, because the problem is going to come into play. You're not going to be able to live up to that hype, number one. Number two, again, can we not, can we stop acting like EA Sports ain't getting back into the fold whenever an NCAA game can actually be made? That was my thing from the jump. Is like, why is everybody on the coattail of these folks when we know good and, I was about to say a curse right there. We know good and well that if there's an opportunity to make NCAA, EA Sports will be making it. And the funny thing is, Smitty, most people who complain about Madden, not all, but a good crowd, there's a certain crowd, they were in love with NCAA. So if that's the case, what makes you think that Madden, the EA folks ain't gonna come back with that? So are you gonna say that this IMV game is gonna trump that? I doubt it. I'm just saying. We're just trying to be realistic here. We're not, we're not being negative or pessimistic. Nah, we're just being real with this. We got to look at it from the surface. And, like I said, man, I would love to see another product, but I need to see the product first. I give big ups and big respect to Canuck, even though, I'm sorry, I just don't think I can play that game on the level that it is right now. I give huge respect to Axis Football. Again, still not a game that I could pop in and enjoy, but number one, they've made multiple versions of their game. Congrats to that. They were a small company that has grown to where they are. Super congrats for that. And guess what else they did? They priced the game $20. So they know exactly where they're coming in at. They're not trying to, hit you with we're going to go out there and compete with everybody else. They know exactly what they got. After I heard that dude's interview, I was like, yeah, I like them. And by the way, I have to contribute. I said I was going to support them, and I will. So that's all we're saying, man. IMV need to show us something. Stop doing all the talking. I mean, because now, the funny thing is, Smitty, what they're actually doing right now is they're stating the obvious. You know what I mean? Like about how much money it's going to cost. We know that. We've known this from the jump. The average consumer has known this. Like most of us, we could consider ourselves professionals in this gaming thing. You know, like we know, like we've been playing these games long enough to know in order to produce the type of product that you desire, you understand what I'm saying? It's going to have to be some money behind that thing. It ain't going to just be some dudes that just come out of the woodwork, out of nowhere, and just going to produce this phenomenal game. That ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen, Captain. Right. You know what I mean? Oh, boy. I don't know. I just feel like I don't want to say that I don't want to go as strongly as to say that they're lying to the people, anything like that. I'm not going to do that. I don't know these guys. But, you know, the press release is cute. Okay. You know, you're very professionally written. That's cute. But, come on, man. Stop it. Just stop it. You know, I really want to see it, though. I really want to see a real football game compete. When I say real, let's face it. It's got to be from a top-tier company. It's going to have the NFL logo. Why, you say? Because even big bad EA, they could still be stubborn and be like, whatever. We got that logo, though. You know, and it still won't force them. You know, it still won't force them to make changes because they like, whatever. We still the only NFL product. We need somebody. We need a real competitor to come up in here. You know what I mean? Like, we need Sony, 2K, maybe Microsoft. We need somebody like that. If it ain't one of those companies, it ain't going to happen. It's just plain and simple. And I'm going to tell you right now that it ain't going to happen with Microsoft because Microsoft is, you know, they got that whole NFL deal with EA and Madden, you know, the whole NFL ties. I don't think they're going to disrupt that apple cart right there. They're not going to mess that up. Why would they? You know, why would they jump in and say, well, we're going to make our own NFL game? No, they ain't going to do that. They got a beautiful relationship with EA and the NFL. It's going to have to be Sony, man. Or it probably would have to be 2K, Smitty. Because 2K still has that name out here in them streets. You know?
Yeah.
2K still out here delivering for the most part. I mean, I know people have their issues with NBA 2K. It's funny, Smitty, because it goes to show you how gaming is so different when it comes to opinions. A lot of people that are complaining about 2K, I don't have the same complaint. You know, I got a couple things, but I don't have some of the issues that I'm seeing some of these people say, like, that game is trash and this and that. I'm like, really? Trash?
Huh.
Trash. I mean, I can understand you being like, you know what I mean? But trash? So, again, clearly everybody has their own opinions, man, when it comes to these video games. But that's all, man. We don't really have to stay on IMV too much. Bottom line, less talk and more production. Show the people something. Keep it 100% real with people. Because the worst thing that you can do is get into this situation where you're not going to be able to deliver for obvious reasons. And people understand that. So that's why you should just be real with them up front. Asking for all of this money. Like, let's be honest, man. It ain't enough generic people, and I hate to use that term, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. It ain't enough people that's going to be able to donate the money that y'all talking about. This got to come from heavy hitters. You know what I'm saying? This ain't coming from us, because who are you really servicing? It's the sim crowd, for the most part. Bring greatness back. I don't think they're just hedging their bets on the fact that it's a college game. I know that's part of it, but you understand what I'm saying? I think they really know what audience to target by saying bring greatness back, and you know, even the name Gridiron Champions, that makes it sound like this is going to be on the field, you know, like that real football gritty feel. It ain't enough of us Y'all ain't gonna get enough bread from us. Those are just the fox. You're not getting enough bread from little old Sim. You know, it ain't happening. So, I don't know, man. Whatever. I wish them well, though. Just like I wish all of these companies well. But I think honestly, guys, we're starting to see what the production level could be. You know, just looking at a Canuck, looking at Access, if they're not dealing with a big-time, you know, distributor or a big-time company, you know, you're kind of seeing what type of product can probably be produced. You know what I mean? So, we'll see. You know, we'll see what they come up with. And that's about all I got on it, man. I don't need to spend too much time on it. I probably spent way too much time on it. But getting to this Madden, Smitty, what do you think the real problem is, Smitty, as far as... Because we know Madden is a popular game, right? You know, whether if our crowd likes it or not. Why do you think this year they are not being nominated as a potential sports game of the year? Like, what do you think the real problem is, the real meat of it?
Well, I mean, the real problem is, and I mean, technically, you can even piggyback off the point with the whole IMV situation, like what you were just saying. We got that NFL shield. Ain't nobody around to bother us.
Right.
So we could just, what is it that's working for us? Gameplay? Oh no, it's MUT. Oh, okay, yeah, man. Let's just do more of that. Whatever it is that they do over there with that. And that works. That's literally it. And when you do that, and people are like, it's like, I mean, I know we ain't doing cameras right now, but I mean, if you, just like I showed you on the stream, I streamed earlier, you're shaking your fists with your left hand, but at the right hand, you still giving them the money. You're giving them the 65 plus, because you're giving them 60 at the register, or online, Amazon, PSN, Xbox Live, whatever. You're giving them the money there, but then you're giving them way beyond that, because you're playing Ultimate Team, and you dropping all this money on packs and bundles and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There is no drop off. They're just making more and more. So it's like, oh well, let's keep making it more enticing for them to spend. Yes, we want even more money, but at the same time, they're not worth it. He said, hold on, wait. He said, oh, I was looking at the comment here. Said, reason not nominee because every year the people who vote sees right through EA Sports. Man, well, I can't fully agree with that point because FIFA is up there. So, like, FIFA, just so that people know, the nominees were FIFA 19, PES 19, I think MLB The Show, and Forza were the nominees. I mean, wait a minute. FIFA 19, well, I said FIFA 19, PES 19, MLB The Show, Forza, oh yeah, and NBA 2K19. So, when you think about that, and I mean, Madden's not up there because, honestly, they're not pushing innovation. They're not pushing greatness out of their project. They're not going in with the pride saying, you know what, we're going to make sure we're the best football game, or we have one of the best sports games on the market, because they don't have to do the best football game. All they got to do is we got to be the best game on the market. Let's not just go for best sports game. Let's go for best game on the market. And honestly, right now, they're not going for it. They're not going for that.
Mm-mm.
They're not trying to do any of that. And the thing is, you don't have to be a business insider or anything like that to understand. All you can listen to one investor call about Madden and be like, they done made all this money on return, but how come when I look at the game, only one part of it is being blew up? and enhanced and blew out and expanded. How come only Ultimate Team is getting that? How come I'm not seeing franchise mode get that? Or gameplay move the way that it needs to move? No, I gotta disagree with that. Real player motion was not the big disaster. Real player motion getting nerfed was the biggest disaster. Let's make sure we say it right. It's not that and see, that's part of the problem. The problem when it comes to the game is that these facets of the game keep getting nerfed every time. Like, I mean, just like I said before, you read the blogs and the articles and stuff, what RPM is supposed to do, what it's supposed to do to the game, what it's supposed to bring forth, and we read it, and it's like, when we read the articles, it's like, oh, bet, this is nice. Okay, this is tight. But then 4 weeks after the game come out, it's gone. Yeah, RPM still exists in the game, but it don't feel nowhere near what we was playing. And you got to do stuff like my man Hollywood Sports. Shout out to him. He rolled back his game. He like, yeah, it's got bugs and glitches in it, but you know what? At least it's the core game, though, that we originally paid for. Right. And I'm like, that's the point. That's the whole point. Honestly, I kind of feel like doing the exact same thing that he doing. Just download the latest roster, roll that sucker all the way back, and play that game with no updates. You know what I'm saying? And just call it a day from there. Like, no updates. No updates for Madden for me. And I'll just be an offline guy. Because it's sad that they got to keep doing that every single year to that game. And understand this. It's bad enough that Madden, in terms of in-game enhancement, is behind the curve. So then think what happens when you nerf it. Okay? That just makes it even worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man. It's like, it doesn't help at all. So yeah, when that stuff keeps on happening, and plus, understand this as well. Defensive players aren't on real player motion. Yeah, now they aren't. They were at launch. They definitely were at launch.
Yeah. And why somebody said they had to nerf it? Why is that? Well, what's your thoughts on why you saying they had to nerf it? I would love to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, Madden. It's like Madden is behind. Like, when you talk about player movement, player direct interactions when it comes to two players interacting. That when you talk about, well, I'll say basically just player and ball physics, respectively, pursuit angles, tangibility of the sport being represented, passing angles, animation fidelity, you know, overall game fluidity, crowd, the ambiance of the crowd noise and everything surrounding the game itself, modes and depth within. Madden is dead last in all of that. And I mean, if you think we kidding, fire the games up. Heck, you saw me earlier bust out a 2004 production of 2K that has legitimately better presentation to this date and better and in some facets better gameplay than what we have today. That's ridiculous. Better pre-game, post-game, halftime show, all that. Better than what we got today.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
If you look at Madden's product, you look at EA's own products, same thing. You could go to Madden 05, and their franchise mode absolutely demolishes what we got today. Makes absolutely no sense as to why that's a reality. That's a valid reality. My man Eric Rayweather made a video saying, what was it? expectation versus reality. And he pointed that out. Franchise mode. He's showing the features of Madden 05 versus what we got now. Taking other people's reactions and all that stuff. That's what I'm saying. So this is what I'm talking about, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, when I look at the game and I see all these different things that are not being invested in the way they should, I'm sorry. I mean, it's a straightforward straightforward point. You gotta have, like, you have to have a complete game out here to compete with all these other titles.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense at this juncture to be like, hey, let's wait till next gen, then we'll get the game there. What do you mean wait till next gen? We ain't gotta wait till PS5 and all that stuff. No. We was told in 2004. Remember Madden Next Gen commercial? Madden 06 and all that? That was supposed to be where we were supposed to get the lit game with the fluidity and everything else. No, we didn't get it then. So it's like, well, when are we gonna get it? You know what I'm saying? And we can't keep waiting like all these years and it not be there. That's why I'm like, the approach is going to get, I mean, you know, the approach is going to be a lot more lax and simplistic toward Madden, since it's like, well, since they're not really contributing the way they are toward franchise mode and core gameplay, I'm going to treat it light. I'll treat it real light. I'll play the game and give feedback and all that stuff and just keep it pushing.
Right.
And I'll play the game real sparingly as well, because if it's going to be treated sparingly, I'll play it sparingly. Like, honestly, they keep spaying and neutering the game for casuals and tournament guys, and then we end up and then it keeps on coming over to our part of the game where we're like, no, it's fine, and they keep jacking it up. Can't do it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, can't do it. You know? So, but I'll throw it to you, Sim.
Yeah, man, it's really a sad situation, man. You know, it really is. It's a sad situation. And I don't quite understand it. I mean, I know what everybody wants to say. Oh, it's MUT. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. But, man, that's no excuse. I know everybody wants to say, oh, well, there's no competition. To me, that's still no excuse. There's no excuse, because you're putting a game out there that's supposed to be representing football. You should care more than that. The people who are in charge of making this game should care way more than that. So I can't continue to give them the pass of, well, you know, it's Madden, and no, I'm not going for that no more, man. I'm sick of that. I'm really sick of that. And it's like this game I'm playing right now. The game score is 35-34. Looks like I'm probably about to lose. 40 seconds left for one timeout. I have the ball, right? The thing that kills me about this game is the fact that it's so many random occurrences that happen. Like, it's ridiculous, man. Like, we're even playing the game on competitive, right? We've switched to competitive in our league just to see, because of how they, you know, how they describe how competitive works, this, that, and the third. And what I'm noticing, Smitty, is there are some things that definitely happen in terms of stick skill, but I feel like it's manufactured. I don't feel like it's organic per se. I just feel like it's manufactured. You know, for example, both myself and my opponent, we have both run a kickback. We ran a kick all the way back, both of us. Matter of fact, that is the reason why the score is what it is now. He just ran a kickback. I ran a kickback early in the game. He just ran a kickback against me. How crazy is that? And it's I haven't done that at all on simulation, and it makes me feel like they're just pulling strings, man, in this game in terms of what they are allowing. You know what I mean? Like, it's like they have full control over what is happening in this game. Because there's so many things that I'm seeing happen on competitive that I would love to see happen in the simulation world, but there's still some nonsense happening in competitive. You know, it's just the frequency of things, man. That's really the only difference. It's the frequency of when certain things happen and don't happen in the game. That's the only real difference between, you know, competitive and simulation. That's really the only big difference. You know, it's no real difference. But yeah, man, it's frustrating. It's ridiculously frustrating. You know, it's ridiculously frustrating. But I don't know. I don't know what we'll have to do. You know, I just don't know, man. I don't know what else to say. Because I just feel like we're just not going to get the game that we want, and it's very sad and unfortunate, man. We'll see, though, guys. I mean, we'll see. And here I am with 3 seconds left on the 50. And of course, I'm not going to get a touchdown. But this was a relatively good game, man. This was against the Ravens owner, which I never really beat. And I probably should have had him beat in this game. I'm going to show some footages. Sounding like Cardi B right there. I'm going to show some footage, guys, of how the safeties don't do nothing in the middle of the field. This guy scored 2 or 3 touchdowns because my safeties just sit there and watch him. I had this game won. Clearly won this game if I could have kept a lid on things. But the problem is you have to play the safety. I'm not a great free safety player in this game. So for guys like me, we're at a disadvantage. I like playing with the strong safety from time to time. Or I like playing the linebacker mostly. But it's ridiculous. You wait till I show you guys these plays, man, if I can find them all. The safeties don't do anything. Like, the safety play is so asinine. Like, it makes no sense. No intelligence whatsoever. All they have to do is just play the back half of where they're supposed to be. And they don't do it. So Madden has become a game, and it's sad because Smitty will agree with this. It's sad because Madden has elements where you can see where this game, and I'm going to, might I dare say, there are elements in this game that the game could be great, man. It really could. I mean, we've discussed numerous times about what the game needs to do in order to take it from worse to best. I mean, the core things are right there. They just have to address them. But the biggest, you know, the biggest problem, Smitty, is these types of things. Let me see. I'm looking at one right now. Look at this, man. I mean, he just allows the guy to split. Like, when you put your guy on a post route, the reaction by this safety is, I mean, it's beyond the worst thing ever seen. I'm going to show you. Everybody knows this because we've seen this a million times. Let me make sure I record these. And this is the reason, again, man, why it gets to a point where you don't want to play this game competitively. I mean, the only route coming his way, guys, I'm going to explain the situation so you guys know what's happening before I even post the video. He's in a 2-back set, okay? He has a tight set basically on the right side. You know, the 2 receivers, you know, they're kind of close together. You know, you have the 1 receiver here on the left side. It's not split all the way out. More of like a, you know, a compressed set. This 1 lone receiver on this side, and I can't remember what I was running here. I want to say this was probably cover, looks like cover 6. I think I called cover 6 here, just looking at the alignment. Safety on the left side. Continues to back up. Continues to back up. This is the only guy in his area, running vertical. Okay? He starts to break into a post on the 45. My guy's still backing, still backing, still backing, still. Now he turns. And y'all know in Madden how they do that little turn and that little stutter. Like they're stuck in place. Then he takes off. In what football league level does someone play the ball and play the quarterback this bad? What is he watching? What is he watching? Even if he's watching the quarterback, he should be leaning towards the guy who's crossing his face. There's nobody else possible in your area that can be a threat. Everybody knows who's played football. NY Kia would know this. For those of us who had the opportunity to actually play in the secondary, you know, I flirted with strong safety. I played that a lot. I played a little linebacker from time to time. But even at strong safety, and you're playing deep, you never let a post cross your face without you reacting, especially if you know there's no help. In this situation, he has no help, people. He's the only safety back here. That's why, looking at the alignment, I believe I was in cover 6 here. There's no help. There's nobody to turn it to inside. So why would you let a post cross your face? These are the things, guys, that we talk about. And that is the reason why Madden Smitty is just, I mean, here's another one. Same guy. This was a 75-yard touchdown. And, yo, the glitch. I got the glitch on replay, so I can't show this one. Oh, man. Man.
See? That's kind of stuff, you know, that's kind of stuff where it's like...
See what Kia says there? Look at what Kia said there.
Yeah.
Every time.
Now, let me ask you this. Was this going on before patching?
If I remember correctly, it was. That to me has always been an issue. It's always been an issue where, you know, the safeties just don't react, man.
Yeah. So, okay, because, like, see,
Madden's tripping. It won't let me get the replays. It's frozen every time I go to that particular receiver's replays. It only let me capture that first touchdown. So when I go to the other plays, it's stuck. And you know how you got the men's legs up in the air and all that craziness? Yeah. It's almost like I'm trying to open the same play, but it's different plays. So they must hear me talking about the game. So I got one. One is enough. So I'm going to just show that one.
Yeah, see, that's the kind of stuff that we've pointed out. And understand, we've pointed this stuff out. Matter of fact, when we was at EA Play last year, Sim, the safety play was much tighter.
Way tighter.
Like, I mean, see, that's... the game we played at EA Play, guys, it's a gameplay bug and programming issue. I mean, but you know what? The issue was resolved at EA Play last year, dude. Everybody was making play. This goes back to a point that Zan had made earlier in the preseason, like this year. It was a preseason game where you had a guy that wasn't even sure if he was going to make a team or not. And he made a play. He made the read, saw the receiver, saw the ball, made a beat on it, got the INT. I mean, you would have thought he was an all-pro the way he made the play. But it's like, no, he just made a football play. And that's it. But it's like in Madden, they keep treating it as if you can only make a play if. Like, no, like you got to be dang near unstoppable in order for you to make a play at times. And I'm like, dude, it shouldn't always come down to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should be able to make plays with whomever it is that you got on your team. I mean, yeah, skills and stuff matter, but you should still be able to be semi-effective with those players. You see what I'm saying? He said guys wanted coverage thresholds, took out the game. Zan actually warned that this would happen. I mean, there shouldn't be honestly there shouldn't be a threshold like that. I don't understand that. It shouldn't be a threshold. It should be more of player types. Like, it should be more about the type of player you have, not a threshold. Like, I don't care what their overall rating is. What type of player is he? You know what I'm saying? If I have a defender that has hands of stone, but man, he's great at knocking that ball down. Okay, that's a different player type. You see what I'm saying? He's good for coverage, but he's not somebody I wouldn't use him if I have like a hand situation, or if I'm gonna play the ball a certain way, I'm gonna make sure that it's SWAT because of the type of secondary I have, like the type of player. I'm just going off the cuff, but you get my point. There needs to be classifications of players, not archetypes. I mean, not well, we got this program threshold in the game. Skip that. This guy's a ball-hawking safety, so you better be careful when you throw around him. Oh, okay. Does that mean that you have to have that in order for your safety to be effective? No. He should still know how to make plays. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to be the greatest defender in all the free world, but you should still know the principles of the sport in terms of the position you play and be able to be effective accordingly. Like, that's it. And we don't have that. And once again, we don't have that stuff in Madden. You know what I'm saying? And since schemes don't matter, the football concepts don't apply. That's 100% right. You know what I'm saying? Like going from that, and even when he said the football rules have to apply across the board. You know what? Off of what James is up here saying, I feel honestly that that's like a perfect segue, to be quite honest, about FIFA. Because that's actually a game where all the rules do apply. And even on the tournament stage level, all the rules seem to apply. Everything that's relative to the sport of football seems to apply in that game to their respective sport. Not saying it's perfect, but it applies though. How come we're not seeing that application? Oh, excuse me. Whenever we're playing Madden, that's what's so baffling to me. He's saying it's a trait issue. Trait is guy in the deep third at least knows how to find a single post route. Isn't that difficult to do if there isn't a route concept of conflict? And see, that's the thing. If it's an issue with the traits, then that needs to be corrected. If it's an issue with traits. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. The whole systematic rating criteria thing with Madden needs to be redone fully. But see, that means that you truly want your game to be the absolute best game out there, and you're going to invest in it to make it happen. How come 2K does that stuff? I mean, they've done that a few times with 2K. How they completely changed their rating scale. And the funny thing is, they actually hired from the community to join their dev team, and they switched their system up 2-3 times over. But Madden, we act like it's like with Madden, it's just not possible. Or oh man, that's so much work to do. Whoo-wee! Oh, we can't do that. No, stop it. It can be done. As a company, you make $5.1 billion. You can do it. It's not everything we're talking about here is not impossible when other games are doing it.
It's very possible, man.
Yeah, it's all possible. It can all be done. This generation now, it can be done. And that's what I'm saying. Something is being said or done to restrict this game from moving forward. And it ain't because, well, the technology we got is outdated or, well, no. Not buying any of that. Because if that's the case, then 2K wouldn't have moved at all. MLB The Show wouldn't have moved at all. FIFA, NHL, none of these games would have moved. None of them would have. Yet, Madden can't move. That's bullcrap. They can move. Madden is moving like NBA Live is moving. Think about that for a minute. NBA Live isn't nearly as funded as Madden is. And I mean, that's real safe to say. Look at the product, okay? You telling me they pour into that the same way they do with FIFA? You lying to me. I'm saying I want to see like the gameplay and the ebb and flow of the games and all that stuff. It should be way better than what we got at this point. And it's like I said, it's like they can slide by. They can slide by and do certain things, and people are okay with it. People are okay with saying, man, just make my pack odds good and I'm straight. I'll buy Madden forever. That's literally what they're doing.
You know what, Smitty? I want to chime in really quick on something.
Yeah, go ahead.
A quick comment. Guys, now I know everybody might not follow things as closely as we do, but I saw a comment about the tattoos, and then I see, what's up, Steeler Nation? I know that's one of the guys who definitely follows me with the Steeler stuff. He said, it's sad that they having tattoos on certain guys in a patch. It shows how EA has a short leash on Madden, but I see it on UFC, FIFA, and all that. But here's the thing, guys. Now, some of y'all might not know, but with Madden, and this has been something that's been out there for years. And like I said, I'm not blaming anybody that doesn't know. If you don't know, you don't know. But the tattoo situation is they have to have the tattoos, the permission from the tattoo artist, each individual player. That's something that has happened in Madden for several years. There were no tattoos because there was a situation in years before where there was a lawsuit. So Madden, and I don't know if it was just an NFL thing, but that was the reason why Madden didn't have tattoos. Colin Kaepernick, when he was in the league, he had those tattoos on both arms. He got his tattoo artist to sign off on it, allowed it to be in the game. So if you notice, back in Madden 15, I believe, we started seeing tattoos again, which was on Kaepernick. Madden 16, here comes OBJ. He has his tattoos. Martavis Bryant got his neck tattoo a couple years later because I remember seeing it on the Steelers. I'm actually still have a screenshot with it. This year, a couple more guys. So that's the process. Because I just want to dispel, some of the rumors, because I don't think it's fair sometimes when I ain't going to say it's not fair. I guess a better way to say it is I want to inform you guys more so than people feeling like this is happening and that's not really the truth. These are the things that me and Smitty can definitely provide because, being in the building. But that's what it is. It's not that they don't want to put tattoos in the game. They could easily do it. I mean, it's very easily done when you scan somebody. I mean, it's really not a hard thing to do, especially the way they capture faces and things now. It's not like it's extremely hard. So it's not a lazy thing. It's a lawsuit thing. And that's the reason why you only have some guys with their tattoos, because these guys have gone the extra mile to get their tattoo artist to sign off on it, and there you have it. So that's why y'all are seeing that. And maybe if, more players, really are really adamant about that, just like your boy, what's my man, Alvin Kamara. He kept talking about, I think this might even been at launch or even last year. Yo, where my nose ring at? He got his nose ring now. You see what I'm saying? So it ain't that. And yeah, tattoos to me personally, I love all of the, I do love all of that stuff, Smitty, but it to me that doesn't make a break, because when you hear Smitty and I sit here and we're talking about core gameplay things, That to me is always take precedence over the extras. Not saying the extras are not important, but it's just funny how sometimes I see when we have these conversations, you know, you have guys that are more adamant about, I need to see mouthpieces. And I'm not being funny here. I'm being serious. Some people really, really want that. Or, man, they got to fix this. They got to fix that. And I'm like, that's cool. But, excuse me, to me, I can look past all of that until the gameplay is where it needs to be. Because that stuff, you know, the game to me already looks good. The game looks good. I mean, that's my opinion. I don't think there's an issue with the way the game looks. So, I don't know, man. I just wanted to comment on that really, really quick, guys. Because, you know, it's like my dad used to always tell me, don't have such a strong opinion when you don't know the facts. So anytime I can educate you guys on something that's really the truth or isn't the truth, I'm going to do that. So you don't have to be in these debates and then somebody hit you with the, oh, you don't know what you're talking about because that ain't even true. You know what I mean? So that's all. I just wanted to give y'all that quick tidbit. Oh, Smitty. We playing the wrong football game, man. It's sad too, man, because I wish, see, I was supposed to stream this game, and it's a different channel that I stream on when I do these league games. It's just for the league, but at least if I would have streamed it, I could have ripped it and put it on my other, you know, the real channel. I wish you guys could see how this game went, because we had a few ebb and flow. Like, the game has little stuff that you can appreciate from time to time. There was a tip pass to Antonio Brown that I got with like a minute left to get in field goal range. Kick the field goal, you know, and even my opponent was just texting me on Facebook, and he was like, man, I could have broke my controller when that happened, but it is what it is. And he's right. Things like that happen. The ball got tipped. Antonio Brown was falling to the ground. I hit the button to recatch it. He recaught it. Those are the type of dynamic things that happen in football that a lot of people complain about. They pissed about that. You know, like, oh, that shouldn't happen. Da, da, da. And again, it's that video game mentality. I love when wild stuff like that happens. But the problem with this game is, again, the interactions are still funky. Because I noticed with playing the game, there were a few moments that I felt like I had more control over my guy and one-to-one catch situations. But there were also moments where I hit the button and I get the shift. I shift into place to knock the ball down. And I'm like, see, that's where it kills it for me right there. I saw moments in competitive where, you know, it was clearly there were more things happening as far as tackles and stuff being broken, because they're trying to, again, they're trying to make the stick skill matter. You know what I mean? And it's like they have to find a way to give these things that they want us to have in our hand, but not a cheesy, controlled way. And again, man, I just think it's temperance, Smitty, and I hate to say that because it's people in there that we love, you know, we got relationships with, and it ain't them. But whoever the governing body is, it's temperance, because NHL and FIFA don't have these problems. And like Smitty said, FIFA is not perfect, but they do a pretty darn good job making me believe what I saw really happen. Where I can look and say, oh, that's because he bumped him off. Oh, yeah, that's like, right. Again, if you guys are watching Thursday Night Football, did y'all just see that quick slant pattern to Devontae Adams? This is what I'm talking about. Cats don't be wide open in the NFL.
Right.
Unless it's a blown coverage. And it's like what we're seeing with these safeties in this game. And I'm going to make sure I emphasize that in the video, because I've made this video tons of times, but I'm going to keep doing it. I don't care how many times I do it. I don't care how little views I get. I want to make sure somebody sees it, like as far as corporate or somebody. Every time when you look at how your safeties play, it's almost like they blew the coverage. Coverage just completely blown. I mean, why are you still backing up when you're watching the quarterback's eyes, number one? Number two, not only are you doing that, but the ball is thrown. You're watching the ball. What's taking you so long to break on the ball? And I don't know, man. And like Smitty said, all of that stuff they try to do to control. Look at that beautiful pass by Aaron Rodgers. Good God Almighty, this dude is amazing, man. But yeah, all of that stuff they try to do to create this, the segments, the thresholds and all that. Because the problem with the thresholds when they had them was once you hit 91, you were no different than a 99. Everybody's breaking, and then the guy that's an 85 can't make a play. It's like, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's a tough battle for me because I know the guy behind the coverage, and Kia could probably chime in here in the comments. A-Dub knows so much about coverage, man, and all of the stuff that me and him talk about offline. It's just sad. It's something in this game that's overriding a lot of this stuff. They gotta fix it from the core. Believe me when I say this. They ain't gonna believe this, Smitty, but we're telling y'all the truth. If they can make... Okay, I'll give you this. All Madden got to do to be a great game, believe it or not, they just got to change the way they choose to replicate these situations. That's it.
Yeah.
Everything else is there, believe it or not. It's all there. But they must figure out how to replicate these situations better, meaning interactions, one-to-one interactions, player animations triggering, the trench play, all of that. That's it. That's all they got to do. Because the game, and again, like Kia says, A-Dub corrects him on stuff. I'm telling you, this dude is a savant, man. Like, blows my mind. And I'm telling you, all they have to do is fix the way you replicate. 2K ain't perfect, but I'm going to tell you right now, man. Yeah, AI. Definitely AI. But I see so many things playing my league, Smitty. I mean, just the different nuances of the way Aaron Gordon, shoots a turnaround, like, jump hook versus the way Embiid does it, or his drop step versus another guy, or being caught off balance in the way the jump shot. Like, you see all of this different. I'll be willing to say this year I don't feel like the animations are overly heavy in 2K.
Mm-hmm.
They feel just about right to me now. You still got some stuff in there that you don't like, but every game has that. But the way they replicate, I don't think nobody can question that.
No.
That's all we asking. We need to see that from Madden, and I really think they're not that far away. They just got to rip out their old code, man. They got to redo some of these codes and the way they replicate these things. And AI, I mean, Leon, it starts with AI. Even if we had the game reacting the way it was supposed to right now, we all could live with it. But I don't know. I don't know.
Shoot! Oh snap, man! Look, I mean, to the point, even to what Sim is talking about. Look at, heck, Sim has it. You look at FIFA.
Magical.
And you see how the ebb and flow works in that game, whether it's, animations interacting with each other, and you input a command to try and block a pass or block a kick, and you'll see the base animation there, but you see how they extend the limb further to try and get to that ball and all that stuff, and you see how momentum is respected, all these things respected, and it's like, why can't we get this in Madden? Why can't we get Madden playing like this? This is EA's product. Why can't we get it? Why is it that EA got other sports products made every year and they are leaping and bounding, and we're just saying, give us this. Just make it for football. No excuses. Just make it for football. Remember, Sim, what was it that was said? Over 300 Animations in the trench.
Oh man.
Over 400 catch animations. Well, shout out to Tadal 52 with the $10 donation there.
Oh yeah, round
much
of
props,
applause.
man. Shout out to you on that one, bro. Appreciate that. But, cause I mean, when you're playing Ultimate Team, and I was saying this to Sim before the show, you look at my team in 2K, they have the animations in their game at this point to replicate everybody. I mean, they can replicate everybody. So it's like every Ultimate Team card you get, there's animations to resemble everyone they put in the game. Past and present. And it's like with Madden, everybody pretty much feels the same. And it's like how come we're not getting that same innovative stride? You know what I'm saying? And like what Sim said, this has got nothing to do with Clint, Rex when he was there. It's got nothing to do with Clint, got nothing to do with A-Dub, Scant, or none of that. This is not about the devs. This is about the powers that be enabling Clint, enabling A-Dub and Scant and all those guys. Enable these brothers and, men and women in the studio. Enable these people. So that way they can do the work that needs to be done to give us the game that we honestly outright deserve. It's not that they don't want to do it, but they got to be allowed to do it. And they got to be given the resources necessary so they can go ahead and do it and make it. It's as simple as that. You know what I'm saying? If I keep handcuffing you, what are you going to get? What are you going to be able to do at the end of the day? Very little. So, I don't know, man, but that's where I'm at with it. That's why when I look at Madden and I look at the potential of it and everything, yeah, I love seeing potential, but it's like there's too much potential talk. We need to see these guys living it. You're like one of, if not the biggest gaming companies out here. You're a juggernaut. And it's like Madden keeps being treated like it's a charity case. You know what I'm saying? In terms of it moving forward. Like, no, we need to see this game move. Okay, like truly move forward and do some real things out here, man. For real. That's just crazy at this point, man. So, like, to me, it's really tired. It's really fatiguing to be able to fire up APF and get a valid amount of football out of that game, regardless of flaws. And that's a 2007 product, where a game that, after 11 years later, still isn't matching it in full stride. That's ridiculous. Madden should be one of the best sports titles that we got out here. Period. And it's not even close. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy. And that's the crazy part about it. So, and the thing is, we talk about Madden as much as we talk about, I know Spirit of Truth here with the points, but we talk about Madden as much as we do because we enjoy football. If we didn't give a care about football, trust, we wouldn't be, we would have quit talking about Madden months ago.
And y'all won't let us do nothing else.
Yes.
And that's the God honest truth. Like, y'all won't let us do nothing else. We have asked millions and millions of times, give us some more topics. Even with the YouTube thing, man. Like, I'm at a point now where I'm really just trying to reinvent what I do as far as gaming on the channel. I don't even want to play Madden no more. That's why y'all haven't seen. I was keeping up with the league and posting, the weekly matchup in my franchise, but I don't have the desire. It might come back, but I just don't have the desire no more. I'm trying to play my league, but as you guys can see, I mean, nobody watches the video. I'm really just posting them for me. So I'm slowly making a transition to doing, other games because Madden just ain't it no more. And I can't even do it just for viewership no more. But like I said, it seems like that's all y'all care about. Y'all won't let us do nothing else. Yeah, y'all always want us to talk about Madden. If we playing games, you want to see us play Madden, and you want Madden videos, and I'm at the point, man. I'm waiting for the game to just get good again. It's tough. It's tough to play it right now.
Yeah. Like if we played Ultimate Team and all that stuff or whatever, and really ain't give a care, then yeah, we go ahead and do that. See, like I said, I want to play Madden because I want to play Madden. I want to try people's sliders out, and I want to mess with settings and stuff like that, and I want to enjoy it. You know what? It's just like how I feel about NBA Live. I know Live is behind, but it's like all these title updates they've done, and we've gotten a lot of clothing and accessories, and the game doesn't feel like we're getting a lot of gameplay updating on that. So it's like when I play it, it's like, well, they did some stuff, but it's not truly what I'm pleased with. Like even this title update now, they said in the patch notes, now you could play solo events, right? Excuse me, you can play live events solo. But even with that, I just seen from one of the devs, that's what I was upset about earlier, looking on Twitter. He said that, well, no, it doesn't apply to every live event, just select ones. I'm like, what? Okay. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you gave us the capability. I'm up here, I'm getting a little bit happy, like, oh, okay, so we don't have to play with randoms necessarily and such. And it's like, and like what some people say, that it's like, you know what? Live just gonna be live, man. You try so hard, and after that, it's just like, you know what? I know that the better game is 2K, and I'm just gonna rock on that, and Live's just gonna do what it do. Cause I mean, honestly, all these title updates, even had 3 or 4 title updates that added nearly close to 20 gigs more on, and not a lot of gameplay has really been tuned. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what I'm saying. The game should be giving me a lot of meat and potatoes to want to chomp down into, and it's not really giving me that. You see what I'm saying? So that way I could go ahead and play my league and enjoy that. I could play my team for whatever, they got multiple modes within that I could play without spending extra bread, and I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So now that's why, and I mean, like what I was saying with Sim, like we're talking about FIFA. I mean, I may not be the biggest soccer guy in the world, but I could play FIFA and honestly enjoy it, or even PES, or NHL. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, yeah, they play. See, and understand this, and I know we about to wrap the show up, but I'll say this. And look, people understand this about NCAA 14. A lot of people were not loving NCAA 14 like that until you heard there was no more NCAA.
Got the same problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If not worse than what we see right now. It's just got Dynasty mode is just dope.
Yeah. So that's the whole thing. See, that's why I don't really rock with NCAA, because when I do fire it up and play, all those eyesore problems come up, and it's just like, yes, that's why I can't play this. I know it's got a mean Dynasty mode, but I can't play. Gameplay is how the game plays. And if I can't rock with the gameplay, the depth of a mode is not going to save it. At least for me, it's not going to save it. But the thing is, like I said, just a general point, people loved NCAA football until it was, they didn't care as much. It was a good game, and people were like, oh, okay, this is on point. But people were not truly loving that game until it wasn't there no more. And then all of a sudden, because the game's gone, now people love it. Just look at the whole IMV craze. Look at that whole craze. Oh man, we want a new game, and we want a new game so bad that we're willing to pay money for something that ain't even there. They paying for a ghost. You know what I'm saying? That's just giving them, that's whispering in their ear, telling them we gonna deliver. That's what I'm talking about. So when you got an NCAA game, it's like, man, you know what, man? Hey, this game is looking good right now, though. You know, it may not be all that in the bag of chips, but hey, like that's what it is. They'll sink into it and play it anyway. You know what I mean? And I mean, it sucks that, yes, football, as far as North American football, the selections are extremely sparse. That's why we're looking at, you know, people just, you know, we try to bite the bullet and play Madden. We try to bite the bullet and play NFL 2K5 and APF and NFL Fevers and old PS2 Maddens and all that stuff, because the game that we should be getting is not there yet. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's why I ended that. But, oh, shout out to Brett Lee, man, with the donation, $10 donation, man. Appreciate that as well, bro. But that's all I gotta say, man. I'll throw it to you, Sim, to close it out, bro.
And it's so hard to play those games when you got NBA 2K19, MLB The Show 18, FIFA 19, NHL 19. Oh, you not a sports guy? You like story? You like to be on the edge of your seat? Red Dead Redemption 2. Oh, you like to play with guns and shooters and stuff? Battlefield 5. Even some COD. It's just, and that's the reason I just can't. It's just me. I could do it for a short stint, but I can't, like, I don't get my football fix no more playing the old games. Because as much as I'm not a graphic guy, it's just these other games that I'm playing on this PS4 Pro, and now, you know, with me having FIFA 19 on PC, I just can't, man. I can't look at the grainy colors. And I just can't do it no more, man. You know, it's like, I can't do it. And especially APF, as much as I always loved that game for what it was, there's no depth.
Yeah,
You know, I mean, all we could do is rock out, play a couple games just to get your enjoyment, but and then it's gone. You know, I don't know, man. I don't know. But anyway, guys, we're gonna wrap up, man. Right here, it's a minute before 10, so we're gonna go ahead and close it out. Y'all know the routine. Your boy gotta travel into DC tomorrow. We had snow here in Pennsylvania today, crazy. So tomorrow morning probably gonna be nuts. I'm gonna have to leave a little bit earlier just so I can be on my way. But yeah, UFC 3-2. That's what I'm saying, man. It's too many games in this generation that are beautiful to the eye, number one, and just solid products. It just, you know, the old football games, it just can't. It can't hold my attention, man. Oh, Lord. Yeah. The MLB The Show will have dynamic coaching. See, this is what I'm talking. See, I'm about done, man. I'm about done with Madden, man. I don't know, guys. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Because supposedly there's supposed to be another, there's supposed to be some more patches coming in the future for gameplay. And, you know, you've seen the devs advertising it, saying, you know, you guys are going to like it. We'll see. We'll see. But outside of that, guys, we appreciate everybody for coming through. Hope everyone has a nice, safe night, safe weekend. Hope you guys enjoy some football. You know, it's going to be tough for me to watch my Steelers because I got to, you know, travel out to Richmond, Virginia this weekend to see my parents and, you know, a couple of the family members or whatever. So maybe I'll be able to catch it, maybe not. If not, you know, I got Game Pass, so I can watch it later. I love the condensed version, by the way, Smitty. The 30 minutes, the whole game in 30 minutes? What? Lovely. So if I don't see it live, I think it's available on Game Pass like an hour after the game is over, so I'll be able to see it at some point. But anyway, hope all of you guys' teams do well. I wish no injuries on any players, man. There's already been some tough injuries already this year. And if you are a Jaguar fan, whatever. I hope we beat you 60-0 because we owe y'all. But all right, man. We out of here. Y'all be easy, be safe. God bless. And we'll catch you guys next week. Peace.
Peace.